Welcome, everyone. This is your favorite host, Namdi, and today we're going to be talking about the NFT news. We're going to be talking about what's new today.
Welcome, everyone.
What to pay attention to.
This is your favorite host,
Before we move
Namdi.
forward with that,
And today we're going to be talking about the NFT
make sure that
news.
I'm not getting feedback.
We're going to be talking about what's new today. Welcome, everyone.
What to pay attention to.
This is your favorite host.
We're live.
Yeah, like it was live and it was also playing what happened 3 seconds to continue that.
I am live on YouTube, everyone. I'm bringing you all news as I see it. I've always just, I know that it's going down on Twitter. Everything you need to know. What project is trending, what crypto is trending, what analysts are saying with regarding to the markets. If you want to be up to date on that, Twitter is the place to be, or Discord. But today, I usually just read it by myself, just sit there and scroll, go down the rabbit hole of Twitter space, just to catch up on news. But today I'm gonna take you all along with me as we go down the Twitter rabbit hole. Let's dive right in here. Let me share my screen real quick. Which Zoom allowed you to select a specific section. Whatever reason, I just the window feature is not. All right, well, here it is. You can see my Twitter feed. This is going to be fun. This is my first time doing this, so hope y'all can learn something today. There you have it. All right. Safe Moon version 2 is out. Yeah, I said, holy shit. Safe Moon version 2 is out. A lot of you guys who got into Safe Moon last year, just like I did, I was just hoping that it's not abandoned and that somewhere someone is working on it. I got into Safe Moon, I believe, January, and there was that quick pump, and with my $3,000 investment, ran up to 25,000. But I didn't take profits because I don't know, I diamond hands into a project that doesn't have much behind it. And I rode it all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom. I figured just don't touch it, If I'm not going to take profits, at least if I'm going to go down, I'm going all the way down. So that's exactly what I did. But here we go again this year. I believe I had a feeling that eventually it's going to turn around and we're going to have some type of development. And sure enough, they posted here on the Safe Moon Twitter handle, Safe Moon version 2 updates, migration to version 2 now available on Safe Moon Wallet, both iOS and Android. For non-wallet users, use this web swap to consolidate. There will be time to migrate it. And I believe they also included here, I'm gonna go to their page. They included a flow chart on how to go about it. Go about migrating to the, I have my SafeMoon on Trust Wallet, so I'm gonna have to go through the process of migrating it over to SafeMoon Wallet. Let's see if I can actually locate. Just had it up there now, it's disappeared on me. All right, here it is. I thought it was really cool. So on this flow chart, tells you detail exactly how you can go about migrating your tokens to version 2. If you're using the SafeMoon Wallet app, you'd want to make sure you update to the latest version of the app and follow the consolidation process in the wallet. If you're not using the SafeMoon Wallet app, maybe you're using Trust Wallet or MetaMask or Binance Chain Wallet or Math Wallet. I hate Math Wallet because, yeah, anyway, that's a different topic. What you need to do is to have access to the Wallet Connect app from your wallet and go to swap.safemoon.net and connect your wallet to consolidate. If you're not using another wallet, and maybe your tokens are in a storage, then you would need to, you don't need to do very much because the exchange will handle the migration for you. Or you can also transfer your tokens to the SafeMoon wallet and do it yourself. There are fees that apply. If you don't have your wallet on an exchange, maybe you have it on in a hard wallet, you would need to import your wallet into SafeMoon Wallet app using the private key feature. If you don't have your tokens in a hard wallet and none of these apply to you, then you need to reach out to the support team. It's really interesting that SafeMoon has a support team. Yeah. How decentralized is this project? Eventually, I'm sure. So usually a lot of these projects are start out centralized and they eventually have to decentralize because, you know, Web 3.0 is about decentralization, ownership, and provenance. And anything outside of that, I don't believe is in the philosophy of Web 3.0. Does not align with Web 3.0, and I don't imagine how long it'll last or how mainstream it's gonna get. All right, that's that for SafeMoon. Let's move right along. I have a few people that I like to follow on Twitter to get the news. With that said, I'm gonna see what we got here. Got notifications. Go home. 1:37 p.m. They just recently released their NFT. I believe it was called Health. Wait a minute, what was it? Heart. Okay, so they're going through this process, this thing called the 25 days of POAP of Pope. 1:37 p.m. is a really cool company that I've been following for a while. I know Gary Vee is involved in 1:37 p.m. and they have their NFT drop, or they're giving away a lot of gifts, and they'll let you mint an NFT out of here. Okay, and they're counting down. They started on the 1st of December, and they're counting down 25 days of POAP. Says today is day 12. We had the special opportunity to sit down with Greg Mishka, the co-founder of Mishka New York City, and talk about their new Keep Watch Crew NFT. collection. On day 11, they talked to Vinny Hager. He had a story of his collection, letters. I believe these events are being held on Twitter Space, and I got an opportunity to join in on one of them. I think that was day 10, I believe. Day 11, awesome interview with Vinny Hager, who made today's artwork. And so what they do is, like, if you're in attendance, it's more like, it's like a game. They gamify it and make you just search around for hints and you figure out how to mint the NFT. Yeah, it's cool for the organizers and the people who have information on it. But I just found it irritating when I hopped on the Twitter space and I listened in. Really interesting conversation that was going on, and I tried to mint the NFT, but I couldn't because there was just so many. There was just no clear path to it. I'm not sure exactly who's getting off on gamifying these things, but if you're going to give away uh, tokens or NFTs for attendance, then just do that. I was on Twitter Space listening in on them, and while we're still there, it couldn't have been more than 25. Let me give it to maybe like 100 people on the call, and 2,000 of those NFT tokens were all gone before anyone could really, or most people could get their hands on it. I just understand how you have only less than 200 people on the call, but 2,000 NFTs were already minted before the end of the meeting. So, a lot of us had to spend so much time trying to find it and missed out on it. So that's that. But they have their NFT out. You can follow them. Follow 1:37 p.m.'s Twitter handle to be part or participate in their project. All right, let's go back to Twitter feed and see what's going on here. Elliott Trades and Alex Becker, they're the head honchos of Neo Tokyo, one of the biggest NFT projects out right now. I believe their season 2 was released yesterday. I also tried to participate in that one, but failed because one, they didn't tell you how much you needed. So I only had $1,000 worth of ETH ready to spend for the NFT. But then when they released the link, you needed 1 ETH, which is, if you add fees, I needed to have no less than at least $5,000 available to get involved. Now the project is highly sought after. This is one of most, when season 1 first came out earlier in the year, people who invested like hundreds of dollars ended up with $1 million. One of the person who sold one of the citizens, or one of the people who actually got their hands on, had access to their first season, sold for over $1 million. And I thought that's fabulous. In less than a year, you turned $100 into $1 million. It's intense. Just reading that, it's mind blowing. So I thought I could get involved, but there's a lot of trickery going on. Some of these people, Alex and Elliot, they get off on playing around with people's emotions. So, I think it's funny, but if you find it funny, then just laugh along. Eventually I figured eventually you keep paying attention and reading some of this and getting involved. You're gonna eventually get your hands on one of these projects, which can be lucrative, as we hear. Web 2, I'm gonna make it. Web 3, we're going to make it. Yes, we are going to make it. Not a select few, not an elite group with a lot of money, but we, all of us, Elliot, all of us. According to Elliot Trades, an hour ago, he just published an insane episode with Koopa Trooper at Cooper Trooper about 2 crypto mega trends. All right, let's follow the link and see what's going on here. So this is essentially what I do. I just follow these guys and I go down the list and see what they got to say.
Two absolutely ridiculous mega trends that are coming in 2022. You want to be early to things like NFTs, to things like crypto gaming, and to things like these 2 mega trends we're about to talk about. We have an absolute giga brain genius guest on today, Cooper Turley, aka Koopa Troopa. Everyone please go bomb his Twitter. It's filled with knowledge, but most importantly, you're going to absolutely love this episode. Destroy that like button and let's dive in to this amazing interview about 2 upcoming mega trends with Koopa Troopa. Welcome to the channel.
All right, we're not going to be able to watch this entire video, so I'm just going to go to Koopa Troopa's Twitter page and see what he's talking about. Follow me to learn about the creator economy, decentralized FWBT tweets, friends with me, a digital cornerstone between tech and culture communities. All right, Koopa Troopa is the cool dude here today. He's a venture partner at Variant Fund. He's an advisor for Audius Project, plus many more. When we go to his website, what happens? Mr. Koopa Turley. Koopa Turley. I had my face somewhere. Do I like my face in the corner over here? Sure, I'll leave it so you can see it. So these are Cooper's top picks, full-time DAOs as of September 10th of this year. The world is changing. We can work on what we love and get paid in the process. Today, I'm going full-time DAOs. I stand up internet communities and create tokens that represent ownership in them. This post to dive into the ethos of working for a DAO and the key learnings that come from life as a crypto native. All right, once you click on his website, it tries to connect to my Binance wallet, so I'm going to close this out here. Here's how I work for DAOs and how you can too. All DAOs lead to Koopa Troopa. DAOs have been a topic of conversation since my earliest days in Ethereum. He worked on Ethereum. That's really cool. That's a guy to follow. He knows what he's talking about. I wasn't around for the DAO, so my DAO journey started in 2018 by contributing to grant-giving organizations like Meta, Cartel, and Moloch. So right there, that's gameplay number 1. I like reading this type of stuff, and I'm really grateful for Koopa Troopa for sharing this, because like he said, here's how you can too. And if you are interested in getting involved, and which I am, I'm going to follow some of these things that he's recommending. And that's how you can make yourself an influencer in the space. I worked my way in by writing. I earned 1 share by spreading the group's mission, giving me just enough governance weight to get into the club. This social capital allowed me to contribute to many communities, mainly on growth and external communication. I got involved in governance, drafting on-chain proposals, and creating forums for community discussions. This led to the creation of Fire Eyes DAO, a collective to launch tokens and participate in governance. When I joined Audius, I learned that building a core team, or what it looked like, building a core team. The leadership team showed me that building a DAO is much more than just building hype. There needs to be systems and processes in place to motivate and align contributors over a multi-year time horizon. These days, I'm a core contributor to many leading social clubs. I launch tokens, participate in governance, organize community, and act as a voice for the next generation to do the same. It's a drastically oversimplified version of my DAO timeline. So he's worked on Metacardle, Moloch, Metaclan, POAP, Fire Eyes, DAO House, Yearn, Aave, Balancer, Rocket Pool, Meta Factory, Audios, Friends with Benefits, Seed Club, Forefront, Gitcoin, Universe, Pleaser, Super Rare, Fingerprints. This is really cool. And some of these projects, if he's participating in them, there's a good chance that these projects, they're for real. Especially, I wasn't too sure about Rocket Pool. Barely heard of it, but this suggests to me that there's something serious going on over there. He does note that my level of involvement in each of these DAOs varies. There are other DAOs which I'm a part of and a huge supporter, but have left off this list due to a lack of personal contributions. How to work for ownership. Being full-time DAO means I'm kissing traditional compensation structures goodbye. No salary, no healthcare benefits, no 401k, just ownership, or more specifically, tokens. Silicon Valley. So just if you're going to work for a DAO or expect to be treated, it's a startup. So you're going to be expecting not to have fancy benefits to work for them. Silicon Valley has known about the ownership secret for a long time. To get the best talent in the world to work for your startup, you need to offer equity. DAOs are the newest evolution of this ownership economy. I will not be receiving any payment in fiat, only on-chain assets. This may include ETH and USDC, but it will generally be represented in governance tokens. My goal is to eliminate USD denominated contracts to entirely token-based compensation. And I understand that, but for tax purposes and just essentially just keeping the value of the money that you earn, because the fiat dollar is deflationary or inflationary rather, and you want to park your wealth in a deflationary asset like, crypto, or especially large cap crypto like Ethereum and Bitcoin. My challenge is finding productive ways to put these tokens to work so that I can sustain myself without having to liquidate tokens. I agree with that. Every time you liquidate tokens, or every time you transfer from crypto to fiat, you have to pay capital gains tax, and you don't want to do that. So far, I have not given this out. Getting paid in tokens is one thing. Finding ways to make them productive and sustainable is another. My institution is something along the lines of liquidity provision, but I'm still thinking through this process each and every day. If you have ideas, DM me. So he's looking for advice or ideas in relation to liquidity provision as related to finding productive ways to put tokens to work so that I can sustain myself without having to liquidate them. You can stake them, bro. I mean, you can stake them. A lot of these projects allow you to stake and earn. But, for you to have a sustainable amount of them, without liquidating the tokens, I don't know how you could do that. Well, you can stake them and earn in USDC, basically. That way you're not liquidating the core asset that you're earning in a percentage, depending on how much you put in. If you put in $10,000 USDC, say on a platform like Celsius wallet or Celsius platform, I think they give back, you can earn up to about 12% on your USDC. So that's a really good way to earn passively. And they'll pay you in stable tokens, not necessarily, if you prefer that. DAOs as a skill. So what do I actually do? I've been fortunate to be a part of major launches like Rare and GTC and have been front and center for more experimental launches like FWB and FF. I've heard of FWB before. I know of FWF, like Farmers World. Oh, Farmers World Gold, FWG, Farmers Gold, Farmers World. Friend. Anyway, those are tokens for Farmers World, which is a game, an NFT game that I just found out that I was getting ready to set up and play. Apparently, it's got over 150,000 users, and you can make over $100 a day playing that game. I thought it was pretty neat. So I don't know if that's what he's referring to. Moving right along on this article, he talks about an organization structure, organize and coordinate core contributors using tools like Gnosis Safe, Snapshot, Discord, Coinbase, Mirror, Parcel, Coordinate, and SourceCred. Help establish working group norms and create touch points for eager individuals to get involved. Token distribution. Design and iterate on token models and initiate distribution mechanics. Less focus on the long-term token design, more on initial issuance to kickstart the flywheel. Bring tokens to life. Communication. What is your position in the DAO landscape? And he has a diagram here that kind of gives you an idea what the token landscape looks like. DAO operating systems, Aragon, DAO Stack, DAO House, Colony, Syndicate. So this chart is broken down into DAO operating systems, protocol DAOs, investment DAOs, grants DAO, collector DAO, service DAOs, social DAOs, and media DAOs. So you want to get involved in, I guess you just pick one of these and get involved in. Why should someone contribute to your DAO over the other 100 plus that exist? That's a question. And in his opinion, you want to work closely with teams to build out core narratives and identify unique selling points. Governance. Help communities draft and pass proposals, typically using this template: summary, abstract, motivation, specification, benefits, drawbacks, vote. Synthesize. Synthesize community decisions into clear and concise votes. Treasury management. Act as a value router to connect core contributors to capital partners after sufficient decentralization and community ownership has been achieved. Participate as a liquidity provider and act as a touch point for larger funds. Positive sum games. DAOs are collaborative by nature. My goal is to take learnings from one community to another and help reduce, reuse, and recycle time and energy. The more templates we can create around DAO structures, the faster we will move as a whole. While we've reached an inflection point, we have a long way to go before DAOs function at scale. To this, it's important that we share resources and talent to keep DAOs energized and evolving, especially as we start to see more DAO mergers and more DAO partnerships. When possible, I hope to be a key connector in brokering those relationships. Getting started. If you're new to DAO and looking to get involved, here are 5 ways to start adding value today. Take notes at community meetings, interview core contributors and share their stories, engage in governance discussions, vote on every snapshot proposal, organize a local meetup. Do not expect quick recognition. It took me years to get to a place where I felt confident in the ways that I engage with communities. Instead, challenge yourself to learn and relay as much information as possible. The more you can position yourself as a community beacon, the easier paid DAO opportunities will come. You know, one thing that really fascinates me in this new world that we're going to go, that is emerging, is the openness to share. In the previous world, what 2.0, and just the previous business model, there was this hoarding of information, and it felt like the people who had access to information, they kept it to themselves, and it was an exclusive club. But when you have big players, like in this case, Koopa Troopa, which I really appreciate this article he posted here. He's opening up and he's sharing, and hey, he's like, look, it takes all of us to make this whole thing work. And if you're new to it, if you're interested in it, he's talking about patience. He's talking about getting involved, taking notes, voting, just participating and sharing. The more you learn and share, the better, which is what I'm doing here. I do want to participate and be involved. As I learn, I share right away, and I'm going to take action on some of these recommendations. And here's a tweet as of August 31st from Cooper Trooper. Learn how to build community and you are unstoppable. Ain't that something? Like, that is the key right there, guys. Like, once you build a community or fan base, that's it. You literally can sell them anything. You can, and it's not necessarily about selling to people. It's also about just having a core group of friends and family spread out across the world that you share interests, and nothing can beat that, guys. He also suggests that you always be learning. I've talked quite extensively about those over the past few weeks. Below are some places you can hear about my journey to going full time. Bankless, Prosper Podcast, Web3 Native, Index Co-op, Talking Crypto, Profit Max, Malice, Nader, David. I'd also recommend this DAO report for more first-hand experience on working for DAOs. If you're in a similar position and looking to chat about the future of work, my DMs are open. I'd like to thank all the people and projects who have played pivotal roles in my development. Without you, I will not feel nearly as confident to explore the unknown. Who to learn about DAOs from? So he lists a bunch of like Twitter handles of people you can follow to learn about DAOs. And he wraps it up by saying, we've got a long way to go, but I could not be more proud or excited about how far this space has come. The next few years are going to be unprecedented, and I look forward to being in the trenches every step of the way. GM. I like that GM. It's like, I'm not even sure. I think it's good morning or whatever. Yeah, let's look it up. I always see it on Twitter. I don't know why people use GM a lot, but I'm about to find out. What does GM mean and why do people keep using it? Here, y'all are gonna find out at the same time I do. Let's do this right here. Let's move this out of the way. What is GM in Twitter? Please don't tell me it's just good morning. I see it a lot on Twitter NFT space, and people just post GM. What is GM NFT? For newcomers to the NFT community, there's a lot of different NFT terms, meanings to learn. For everyone saying GM and GM, good morning, good night, joking about McDonald's, chanting, wag me, there's a lot to keep up with. NFT Twitter has a culture. That is so true. There's wag me, there's GM, and I just hope this article tells me exactly what it is so we don't waste time. We have a lot of newcomers and blah, blah, blah. This is an article, a guide to NFT Twitter terminology by 1:37 p.m. Okay, GM means good morning. Well, that's disappointing if that's all it means. We say good morning to each other because we're a friendly, happy, optimistic, global community, and it is nice to say good morning to your friends. What if you join in the afternoon or evening? It's a useless one. Good night. We say good night to each other because we're a friendly, happy, optimistic, global community. It's cute. I like it. It's cute. GM. GM means good morning. GM, good night. There's another one, sir. I see that a lot. Sir means sir. It's just spelled SER. in the NFT space, but I guess it's just me. It's a way to respectfully introduce yourself. Friend means friend because we're all friends here on a happy mission quest together. Okay. FRE, friend is now spelled as FREN. GMI and WAGMI, these are abbreviations of gonna make it, and we all gonna make it. The happy future state when everyone understands our JPEGs the way we do. Mama just bought a punk. We all gonna make it. That's cute. Not going to make it. NGMI best used in all self-deprecating way about one's own personal bad decisions. Sold a friend, sold a fidenza for 5 ETH. NGMI. McDonald's, our backup career plan in case the NGMI scenario plays out. LL, Larva Labs, the creators of punks, autoglyphs, and Meebits. LL rarely tweets. Larva Labs, by the way, they recently sent a cease and desist letter to CryptoFunks. CryptoFunks is like a parody of CryptoPunks. And CryptoFunks have started gaining a lot of notoriety, enough to gain the attention of Lava Labs. And they sent them a cease and desist letter. This whole thing is going to be interesting to watch how it plays out because it's going to set precedents into how copyright laws in the Web 2.0 space, how that's going to be applied in a decentralized space like Web 3.0, if even it's going to be able to work. Because a lot of these projects are decentralized, they're owned by, the ownership is spread out, you know, and some of these copyright laws are very narrow and outdated. So I'm going to tune in and I'll bring you the news once I find out. And finally, on NFT terms, it's AB, Art Blocks, the most important platform for generative art in the world that has 3 collections: curated, playground, and factory. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait, there's more. Wait, there is more. Generative art, art that is algorithmically generated, ideally in real time when minted. She's a bright new star in Gen Art. PFP is profile picture. The punks, apes, cats, dogs, skeletons, and so on that we all use in our proto-metaverse of Twitter and Discord. That golden snail PFP is sick. Looks rare. Rarity is often a deriver of value in this space. It's used ironically. FOMO, the fear of missing out. Buying an NFT because you are afraid of missing out on the next big thing. I FOMO'd into golden snails. I'm not sure why. Cope, the opposite of FOMO, failing to buy an NFT because one is coping with one's earlier error of not FOMOing at 1/10 the price. I know I Cope is a good one for me because I missed out on VFriends, which is just crazy to me because I announced VFriends in May of this year. Before it even came out, I'm a huge fan of Gary Vee. And when the auctions started, rolled out, I was online just looking at the website, looking at the auctions taking place. At the time, the floor was as low as 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and it started climbing to 0.5, 1.5. At its peak at the, during that auction, it was only 1.5 ETH. I could have spent that money, 1.5 ETH, to get in on it. But, I don't know. I didn't make that move. And right now, I believe one of those VFriends are at a floor of 80 ETH, or actually, well, I think there's like 30 ETH. So I keep kicking myself for missing on that one. Here's another term: one-to-one art. Art where each piece is unique, one-to-one. This can be thought in contrast to PFP and Gen Art collections that range from 200 to 10,000 pieces. FZN means season, which means market cycle. Crypto seasons are accelerated real life seasons. NFT seasons are accelerated crypto seasons. Might last as little as 1 to 4 weeks. Okay, in real life means, or IRL means in real life, otherwise known as the world beyond OpenSea, Twitter, and Discord. It's not recommended to spend too much time there. IRL does not have sufficiently good JPEGs. That's cute. Okay, let's wrap this up. Probably nothing. That's another one I see a lot. Is the polite way to FOMO with just barely some plausible deniability. Visa bought a punk. Probably nothing. Up only. Originally popularized by Cryptopathic for ETH this year, it's everyone's desired direction of NFT prices, certainly preferable to the less popular alternative of down only. Liquidity, available ETH to buy JPEGs. This is an impossible state of being. Any available ETH converts into JPEGs immediately, so everyone is in a state of perpetual illiquidity. That's true. Mint, the act of initially issuing a piece of art on the blockchain, either by the artist or the collector. And an absolutely infuriating marketplace for art issued on the Tezos blockchain that combines A, huge amounts of interesting and expensive NFTs, and B, the worst UI made by any marketplace website in decades. Okay. 101 of X, the way to think about PFP and Gen Art collections. Punks are 1-to-1 of 10,000. Cadenzas are 1-to-1 of 999. Each one is unique, but they belong to a coherent whole collection in contrast to 1-to-1 art. Right click, save as, this is the way, so on and so forth. There's floor price. Floor price is the minimum amount. The lowest available asking price on OpenSea, Lava Labs, etc., either for a collection as a whole or for a subset of that collection. OG means original gangster, first became popular through the 90s hip hop. Super Lindy term just flows through community after community. It means the folks who were here early and earned respect. Alpha is a term from the investing hedge fund community representing the outperformance generated by the skill of the asset manager versus beta in market's performance. Most people's alpha in real life and in crypto is beta in disguise. All right, it's money laundering. This is meant to suggest that NFT prices are not real because people are using NFTs to money launder. The exact mechanisms of how this works in highly liquid markets is never described. It's a specific form of the in real life and crypto Twitter coping about NFTs. JPEGs refers to NFTs that might be JPEGs or GIFs or PNGs or audio files or video files or computer games. It's reclaiming a cope insult for the community, giving many normies think, but you're just buying JPEGs. Why are you mad? Are you mad? They will never steal our JPEGs. Delist your NFTs from OpenSea. It's no longer offered from the sale because prices are rising rapidly and they might get sold and market expectations of their value has changed. Golden Snail 5 ETH floor. Delist, also related to hide your JPEGs. Discord is a messaging platform heavily used by NFT Twitter for NFT project communities. Discord is all of useful, overwhelming, full of scammers, will eat up your CPU cycles. I agree with that. Default set to annoy everyone within miles with notification beeps. Those notification beeps, oh my gosh. The more you keep adding Discord servers, it feels like my phone and my computer will not stop beeping. Discord is a wealth of information. I'm looking forward to someone creating a software as a service that literally aggregates and combs through all those server, weeding out the scams and providing good information using machine learning. That's something that I'm looking forward to because it's really hard to keep up with the trends, keep up with all these different servers, and weed up all the chatter that's going on in there. But for now, that's what you have to do. So that's what I'm going to do. And as I do it, I'm going to bring it to you guys and you're going to read it with me. And finally, on this list here, because it's going on for a while. We ain't going to be here for a while reading terms. Y'all can look it up for yourself. There's quite a bit of them. But in fact, there's exactly 50 of them. Wrapping up with NFA, which means not financial advice. Y'all know what that means. Anyway, just to wrap up this video, because we're almost 50 minutes in. One thing that stood out is basically DAOs. Y'all learned a little bit about DAOs. You were introduced to decentralized autonomous organizations, how to get involved. Thanks to Cooper Turley for sharing with us. I'm gonna take action. I'm gonna take you along. The more I learn, and y'all also got an opportunity to learn about NFT Twitter terminology. So now you're just as cool. You guys are cool now. Everyone that watched this video understands NFT terminology. And I think that's a good place for me to wrap up this live session. I want to appreciate you all for joining me. Please like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel so you can get similar content. And I'll see you all next time. Again, my name is Namdi and our Crypto Naija Boy. I'll see you next time.